Chào các bạn, mình uống cà phê tối và đọc mạng một chút ngày hôm nay trên internet có một số nguồn tin rất là hay. Thì sáng nay mình mới tìm kiếm được ra ly Starbucks, vẫn là ly Starbucks quen thuộc. Mình chiếu trên cái máy này rõ Starbucks mình mới chế xong. Mình có tải một số video clip mình đang kiểm tra ổ cứng là xem là nó chứa những dữ liệu gì và tải bao nhiêu ghi xuống và lấy ổ cứng ra check cho TV. Mình có 2 cái ổ cứng này đó, mình có 4 cái ổ cứng thì nó luôn đầy và dữ liệu nó luôn ngập tràn, thì để mình coi là chỗ này nó có những dữ liệu gì. Này đa số là cuộc sống Mỹ đã được mã hóa theo cái đoạn video và mình nghe một số cái sẽ sót, một số cái nó file S3, một số cái nó sẽ là file MTU, một số cái nó làm không có đúng, bởi vì một cái nó gặp nó full ổ, rồi là mình đang phải sắp xếp lại backup ổ đĩa, rồi mình làm song phương, rồi mình nghiên cứu những cái đứt khuy mình để mình lấy nhạc, lấy cái ổ này mình coi thì ổ này nó nằm ở chỗ nào, chút đại thì không thể tải gì. Đó là ổ 1T, mình kiểm tra ở 1T. Phía sau này nó có số này các bạn, mình phải tinh khôn một chút. 1T mình rút 1T, mình tải xong 1T rồi mình rút 1T, 1T đã full rồi. Bây giờ 1T nó nằm trong mấy cái đường cáp này các bạn, nó nằm trong mấy cái đường cáp này. Mình lấy 1T này mình gắn vô trong cái ổ cứng của mình, cái chương trình của mình đó rất là lộn xộn, mà mình đang gắn trong ổ cứng và mình livestream trực tiếp để mình nghiên cứu cuộc sống. Mình lấy ổ cứng mình lại mua thêm cái hub nữa để mình gắn vô cái TV. Nhưng mà bây giờ mình sẽ tải một cái chương trình nghe nhạc Đức Huy các bạn, nghe nhạc cà phê là nghe nhạc Đức Huy. Khi nghe trên Amazon nó bị rớt, mình tải vô và mình lấy ổ cứng mình rút ra luôn. Mình có cái dây gì mình rút ra, làm nghề về công nghệ thông tin rồi nó máy là máy lắp.
I got the initial report of shots being fired late last night. We can show you video of a window with tape covering part of it. Bullets pierced that window of a unit when the shooting went down about 11 o'clock last night at an apartment building here in Maplewood, Wisconsin. Nobody and her teenage daughter. We're told some of the bullets went through a wall of the unit that was empty and into an adjacent unit that was occupied by a man and his girlfriend. That man did not want to speak on camera. He was in at time. Both of those bullets continued into the nearby bedroom where his girlfriend was sleeping. Police recovered 17 9mm casings at the scene. The landlord declined an on-camera interview but calls what happened an isolated incident and says the neighborhood has been safe and quiet for the 15 years that he has managed the building there. Police told me they are reviewing surveillance cameras from that complex, but at this point they have no.
Chỗ mình hiện tại bây giờ nó ra đây là một cái vụ Khmer, một cái vụ hình sự. Nó ở thành phố Lincoln. Bạn thấy độ căng thẳng nó xảy ra liên tục giờ 6 giờ. Nhiều cái nó phức tạp lắm. Mình lấy cái ổ cứng mình nó rớt cho giờ mình kiểm tra thử coi tại sao nó đang chạy. Mình không hiểu sao cái ổ của mình nó, mình đang suy nghĩ sao ổ của mình nó không chạy. Mình Đây lúc mình sẽ reset cái TV. Đúng là nhiều cái phải suy nghĩ để nó hoạt động thế nào các bạn.
Front just to our south. We're still on the chilly side of it here, but on the other side. So contrast with that warm front, here's the good news. That warm front's going to try to lift our way over the next 12 hours. That makes tomorrow pretty good. Quiet night tonight. I think we're a little chilly. Temperatures are dropping off through the 30s. We'll see a couple of high clouds here or there. Eventually lows tonight are back into the 20s. So not quite as cold tonight as what we started with this morning. And again, make some plans to be outside tomorrow. Tomorrow's the warmest day of the week. Then things start going downhill. More winter in our extended outlook. We'll show you that coming up in just a couple minutes.
Well, it looks like it's shaping up to be a rough spring for flooding in the St. Louis area. The National Weather Service is predicting a good chance of moderate to major flooding. Excuse
Khác chạy đến Satory mình thử cái app khác mình chạy đang thử nghiệm cùi rồi. Không rốt được vì sao để tìm kiếm
Riders and prospective riders in St. Louis aren't sure this is going to keep them from scooting.
Well, I don't know, because I think it looks so fun. I mean, more than once this has happened. Eat our ducks, say, no, don't do it.
So you're worried you get hurt.
Exactly. And I'm gonna spring chickens, so.
It's a great way to get around here. And it's a lot of fun in the park. But you need your helmet, you need your rear view mirror. I usually keep my scooter used to the bike path, and I try when I'm going downhill, I really do try to keep.
We have yet to excessive braking issue injured 0.01% of worldwide.
Carjackings are on the rise in St. Louis, and it seems to be hitting every part of the city.
And now state officials are taking action, but they're doing to try and put the brakes on the problem before it gets any worse.
New technology for police training. We've got a beautiful simple house.
And here's a live look from the O'Fallon arguing. Kind of. You can still kind of see some. You're watching Fox News' on newscast at 6, and you're listening on the Big 550 KTRS.
I got my Playscape 2-piece sectional, $7.99 price tag makes it great. The 2 colors and 5 decorative pillows makes it greater. The comfy pop-up sleeper with Bobapedic memory foam makes it greater.
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Greater.
When you play the Missouri Lottery, you may not see where your dollar goes. To the potential it nurtures, to the future it fuels. But with every dollar you spend, you are supporting Missouri public education.
Sao phải đâu nghiên cứu lịch sử, tìm hiểu nguyên nhân vì sao phương pháp chép từng cái một thôi. Đó. Như vậy mình chỉ có viết đất từng cái một thôi để nghiên cứu. Mình sẽ xóa đi một số dữ liệu. Hoặc là mình sẽ có một cái phần mềm khác cho nó chạy. Mình thử chạy một cái app. Mình vô cầm cái app khác không được sao.
Champions! Are you kidding me? Let's hit 7 on Fox 2.
One person. This is other. The vehicle pileup in Wisconsin. 131 vehicles here. Whiteout conditions and icy roadways were reported on I-41 south of Appleton on Sunday. According to the Sheriff's Department, 66 people had minor injuries.
Also in Forest Parks, we check in again with Chief Meteorologist Glenn Zimmerman. So tomorrow's gonna be the pick day of the week, so anything we wanna do outdoors, maybe
Yes.
tomorrow's the day to plan that.
Tomorrow's the sick day. The sick, I'm signing all the.
Perfect.
Yeah. intense. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be really intense, especially afternoon. That's pretty good. And especially south of St. Louis, where temperatures will be a little bit warmer. That was the case today. Warm front right across the bi-state area. And while we had tons of sun, technically our temperatures a little below normal. Highs today for us, lower 40s, normals upper 40s. But southern Missouri, temperatures well into the 50s in a lot of spots. Rolla right at 50, but Springfield, Missouri, 54, West Plains, 52. Look at the 60s, Tulsa and Fort Smith. Yes, this is a warm front, and it's not difficult to pick out where that warm front is, right up through there. That warm front is building our way to a push of warmer air. We're going to try to get into the mix here as we get into March. It's not going to be a giant change, but just enough to push our temperatures back above normal. Tomorrow, again, going to be the day of the week. We're loving our sunsets lately. They've been gorgeous, just enough high clouds around. I think some pretty color in the sky. And it's also great to see a sunset after 4:30, right? Great that it's just after 6, almost 6:15, and we've got that bright horizon. Very pretty out, a little chill right now, but we're doing okay. As we look ahead for the rest of the week, it is pretty quiet for tomorrow, and I think for Wednesday too. Tomorrow looks pretty mild. Again, a nice day of the week. But then after that, we're getting unsettled. We're not quite done. There's some cold air that's going to try to creep in, especially Thursday and Friday. And then be back in full force, I think, this weekend. Highs Saturday and Sunday in the 20s and 30s that could last to the beginning of next week. We've got more cold air on the way. So let's enjoy our Golden Oak Clinic roof cam. And that is just a clear sky. Looking good. For the current temperature, a little chilly, 39 degrees. Dew point at 19. The air is really dry right now. Low humidity. East breeze at 10. Pressure is rising. And east breeze, by the way, creates a wind chill. Minor wind chill of 32. High of 42 today, then morning low of 19. Quite cold out the door. And you see some spots of light snow. And the southern branch to the jet stream across the Gulf Coast brings rain to Houston and New Orleans today. So we're kind of in the middle, part of the reason why we had some high clouds into the afternoon. But it's really all about this warm front. And it doesn't take much for our temperatures to warm. This front is not going to move much, but it's going to move just enough.
Vậy thì nó đi chạy ra khoảng cỡ thành 5 bên nhỏ là nó chạy.
Breeze. And again, temperatures look a little bit better. Highs tomorrow into the 50s across the bi-state. When you look south, you see some mid and upper 50s. So that's a pretty good looking day. Mild day for sure coming in tomorrow. Clear and quiet tonight, not quite as cold as what we had this morning. A low tonight of 28. That'll take place actually first thing tomorrow. And then tomorrow's high of 52. A little east breeze, some sun, some clouds here or there. Will be dry. Nice looking afternoon. So tomorrow again, the best day. Wednesday, 47 is not bad. For more clouds around, we'll start watching for precip. Wednesday night and into Thursday. Thursday night and into Friday. And Friday night into Saturday. Those are the chances where we'll see precip. We're going to have to watch those temps carefully because there could be some mixing Wednesday night into Thursday, some mixing Thursday night into Friday, and more light snow possible Friday night into Saturday. And you see the hint of the weekend, a high Saturday of 33. Consider this, Mardi Gras. It's going to be cold, gusty winds, temperatures probably dropping off through the afternoon, maybe some snow flurries Saturday night and Sunday.
I'm laughing because she just looked at me with disgust. As soon as you said it, she just thought about it.
I had to look at that because I know I didn't.
I don't know how to do it, but I bet it did come out. All right. Wonderful, thanks. All right, see if you can recognize this voice.
My life is gonna be beautiful and sunshine.
Kenya, coming up, the local celebrity playing a masked singer during a local radio morning show.
And in Jake Allen's last 2 games, he's only given up 1 goal in regulation. The Blues goalie talks
Cần
about
làm một cái
his
app
time.
chạy ra riêng cho nó nhập sẵn.
The Hyundai President's Day Sales event is going
Để
on
mình phải
now.
coi những đầu yêu này nhiều hơn.
A whole lineup of cars and SUVs. Hyundai is also making some history of its own. The Hyundai Kona has been named the 2019 North American Utility Vehicle.
Nó đây.
Incredible vehicles, monumental savings. Find yours during the Hyundai President's Day sales event going on now. Now lease the 2019 Elantra for $179 a month, or get up to $2,500 in total savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Culligan knows hardness and chlorine in your home's water are drying out your hair and making your skin itchy. Reduce these contaminants with Culligan water softeners and filters. Serviced by the world's largest local dealer network.
You can give your people Culligan water for $15 per month.
Come down, please, wherever you are. And with that, the waters around you have grown. Then you better start swimming or you'll sink like the stone. For the times they are changing. For the times they are changing.
You know her songs. Now discover her story. Beautiful. Broadway's Tony and Grammy Award-winning Carole King musical at the Fabulous Box, March 12th through 17th at the US Bank Broadway series. Right now, save 11% on everything at Milan. It's the perfect time for a kitchen update. Explore all the beautiful cabinets on display and find the style that's right for your home, knowing you can save 11% on all of it. Confident cabinets with real rubber strong quartz countertop. Complete the project with the perfect faucet, backsplash, and blower for your new kitchen. And save 11% on everything. Now, at Milan.
Save big money in the night.
Okay, people, it's 4:20. And you know what that means. The best news of America's best-selling trucks for 42 years straight. And with over 28 million sold, isn't it time you join the stampede?
Get F-150 this year for 72. No money down and no payments for 90 days. Plus, get a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain year warranty for no charge.
For the latest highlights and stories, just click sports at fox2now.com.
Maybe the Predators have noticed the Blues breathing down their necks. Nashville busy at the NHL's trade deadline, picking up two forwards, Wayne Simmons and Michael Granlund. The revamped Preds are going to be in town Tuesday night to face the Blues. The Blues weren't real busy. They did add a defenseman, veteran Michael Del Zotto, providing a little blue line depth. Picked up from Anaheim for a 6th-round pick. Del Zotto, only 28 years old, left-handed shot. Former first-round pick, recently sent from the Canucks to the Ducks. Blues are coming off an overtime loss. They had won their last 4 overtime games. Sunday in Minnesota was Jake Allen in net, his first start since the previous Saturday. Had some big moments. Jake coming up with 33 saves. Had some big ones late to send this game to OT, but in that overtime, Allen did get victimized by Ryan Donato's game winner for the Wild. That happened in OT. And with Jordan Binnington playing so well, Allen has been spending a lot of time on the bench.
It's not easy, no question, but it's something I need to adapt to. And I think I've adapted pretty well. You know, I found sort of a happy medium in between those games. You know, it's been 8 or 9 days usually between starts, and just trying to keep my practice as sharp as I can. You know, keeping things loose, keeping a perspective on things, and enjoying watching this team go.
Blues were off on Monday, but Vladimir Tarasenko and his wife Yana were sitting at home. The Blues star forward spent the day at Promise Christian Academy in Town and Country. Tarasenko and his wife surprised the students with special needs by signing autographs and taking pictures. Charlie Marlowe had the full story coming up at 10.
Let's go Blue.
Tarasenko, his best player.
I mean, I just enjoyed that here. You can see the honest kids' emotions, and if you can make them smile, it's really priceless.
The full story coming up at 10. We got baseball in Jupiter. Yadier Molina checking it out. Cardinals taking on the Tigers. And arrived team. 5th inning, that's Miguel Cabrera. He doesn't really need practice.
Yeah.
RBI single, part of a 3-0 Detroit lead. Cards got some work from Mike Myers out of the bullpen. Boy, it's going to be a crowded job trying to get into that bullpen. There's a great catch from Dylan Carlson backing up Mike Myers pitching. And down 3-2. How a little drama with 2 outs. The base hit by Tommy Edman will tie the game at 3. Aroldis Garcia is safe. 3-3. And so who won the game? Nobody won the game. It's spring training. They just go home. It's not like hockey. You don't get a point for tying. 3-3. They basically look at each other and say, "We're good. You're good. Go eat lunch. Yeah, we're out of here."
Get to the golf course.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Thanks, everyone. Coming up, a large explosion captured on camera. The item that blew up and what it did to some neighboring businesses.
We've done the comparison shopping for you. Save time and money. BMW of West St. Louis.
Passion, focus, precision. At Universal Windows Direct, you'll love our windows. We'll adore our installers. We arrive on time, keep your home clean, and when we leave, your home will forever be transformed.
Right now, for every window you buy, you get the next window free and 0% financing for 36 months. You'll be saying, "I love my windows."
Just because I'm head of sandwiches doesn't mean I spend all my time in the Arby's test kitchen. I spend a lot of my time out in the world, like in the waters of Alaska, where the seas are filled with fresh, flaky Alaskan pollock. Or the lively streets of New Orleans, where Cajun remoulade got its start. Or a bun factory. Arby's 2 for $5 crispy and Cajun fish sandwiches.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Oslo is a spellbinding, edge-of-your-seat drama raised the Huffington Post. It's thrilling. A colossus exclaims the New York Times. Oslo, the 2017 winner for Best Play at the Rep, February 6th through March 3rd. Tickets at RepSTL.org.
Climb the tallest building in St. Louis at the Fight for Air Climb at Metropolitan Square on March 30th. You'll raise money to support the American Lung Association's fight for clean air and healthy lungs. Visit fightforairclimb.org to register today.
At Toyota, our President's Day sales event is calling. Go safely from sea to shining sea in the Corolla. Let freedom ring in the new Corolla hatchback. Get a historic deal before it's history. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2019 Corolla, or get $1,250 customer cash on Corolla. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Now to a follow-up on R. Kelly this evening. Within the past hour, the R&B singer was released from jail where he spent the weekend. The singer entered a plea of not guilty to 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse today.
Reporter Camille Bernal has the latest on the case.
Wearing an orange jumpsuit and escorted by deputies, singer R. Kelly walked into a Chicago courtroom Monday.
He's doing as well as can be expected under the circumstances.
Kelly pleaded not guilty on all 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse against him.
Our position at this point is Mr. Kelly has done absolutely nothing wrong. No one has showed us any evidence that he has done anything wrong.
Prosecutors say the alleged crimes placed over 12 years involved 4 victims. 3 of them would have been underage at the time.
Aggravated criminal sexual abuse is a class 2 felony with a sentencing range of 3 to 7 years per count.
Prosecutors are promising evidence, and attorneys for some of the accusers say there are videos of the alleged abuse.
The videotape depicts Mr. Kelly engaged in illegal sexual assault of a 14-year-old girl.
I also represent victims who have not gone public, and they are very concerned that they were recorded being sexually abused.
Kelly's attorney said he doesn't believe the accusers.
As far as I know, they're all lying. I'm a criminal defense lawyer, okay? I've got a client who says he's innocent, pled not guilty. That's our position.
Camila Bernal, Fox 2 News.
Also today, there's a lot riding on President Trump's meeting with his North Korean counterpart this week. The president left Washington, D.C. today, headed for Vietnam, where he will meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The 2 leaders are holding another summit 8 months after they first sat down and hammered out an agreement for nuclear disarmament.
I think it's going to lead to something very good, and maybe not. I think ultimately it will, but maybe not. And I'm not pushing for speed.
And we hear it is possible that Kim Jong-un will call for sanctions relief. It's also possible he'll call for the removal of U.S. troops from South Korea. President Trump has called those proposals non-starters in the past.
And the next half hour, Fox.
chưa?
Selling free testosterone booster at GNC.
Okay, great, but it doesn't work for you.
Oh, yeah? My workouts are incredible now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
So, say I knew someone who should try eugenics. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle.
That's right. Saturday at Ashley Home Store.
Did you know that mice only need a hole the size of a dime to get inside your home? We deal with this problem with the latest removal and exclusion methods. And our locked rodent stations help protect children and pets.
Call today for your free inspection. At Rattler, we don't say those fast because we don't say those fast.
Kennedy Auto Sales is the largest buy here, pay here dealer group in the Metro East with over 2,500 cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Kennedy offers down payments as low as $500 with no interest financing and no credit check. Our massive inventory of vehicles means that Kennedy Auto Sales has what you're looking for, and the Kennedy price is always all blue book. Come see for yourself. Visit any of the 5 Kennedy locations or see us on the web at KennedyCarSales.com and give us the chance to earn your business.
Anniversary tours cruising across North America. And all your favorite hits from the 80s, rock the 80s, but also marketing, rocker experience ever. At the Fabulous Fox, first through third in the U.S. Bank Broadway series.
I am the DQ chicken strip basket, and I have gone totally flavor crazy with not one, but 2 sauced and tossed baskets of 100% seasoned white meat tenderloin strips. Try spicy sweet glaze made with Frank's Red Hot for a touch of heat, or the smoky honey barbecue glaze. Either way, reach me for maximum flavor craziness, plus fries and Texas toast in the DQ chicken strip basket. Because I'm not fast food, I am fan food. It's Ashley Home Store's one-day sale this Saturday. From 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., save 25% off store-wide. Plus huge doorbusters like this sofa, now only $2.99. 12 hours only this Saturday at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Welcome back to Fox News at 6. A new law to